Hello, Flowly friends, and welcome to this bedtime yoga session. This session is going to allow you to gently let go of the stresses of the day, release some tension in your body, and hopefully prepare your body for a better night's sleep. As with all the sessions on this channel, we're going to try and keep it as gentle and joint friendly as possible. All you're going to need for this session is a yoga mat and maybe a cushion or a pillow. You could have two as well if you wanted to, but one should be enough. And pop on some comfy clothes. Get yourself nice and settled, maybe pop your pajamas on. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. So we're going to begin today's session in a seated position. Now, you could do this cross-legged if that's comfortable for you. If it's not, maybe you sit with your legs extended, or you could bend your knees, have your feet flat to the floor and just rest your forearms on top. Sometimes this is a really nice alternative to just take those few moments to arrive in your body. If you needed that little bit more support, what you could do is sit against the wall and maybe have your legs extended like that. So you're just, got that little bit of support. Maybe you're next to your bed. You might sit against your bed and have your legs out. Sit on a cushion as well. Make it nice and soft. You've got your cushion. So sit, get yourself nice and comfortable and have a little shift about. So it's nice to just kind of move a little bit before you fully kind of settle down. So maybe you have a little shrug of the shoulders a few times. Lovely. Maybe you reach the arms up alongside the ears, have a little reach and stretch, maybe wiggle the fingers. Take the arms maybe nice and wide. Lovely. And then let's give ourselves a little bit of a hug. So let's bring the arms in, cross them over, give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze here. Take a nice big breath in. Lovely. Exhale nice and gently. Just release your arms. You can bring them to your lap or wherever's comfortable. Shoulders relax. And just close your eyes for a moment. Start to turn your attention inward, noticing how you feel. You might have had a really busy day today. It might have been a stressful day, a lot going on. And we're going to try and let that go here. We're preparing ourselves for sleep. So if you notice things coming up for you here, you're noticing that you're thinking about the day, just set that intention to just let that go, even if it's just for this practice, you're just letting it go. We can try and deal with those things tomorrow, or we've had a good night's sleep, or we're feeling fresher. Lovely. Let's take a few deep breaths here. So nice big breath in through the nose and a nice long exhale out of your mouth. Take two more of those. Lovely big inhale, slow exhale, release. Nice big inhale. And let it all go. Perfect. Let's take a moment just to blink open the eyes. I'm going to do a little bit of a neck release here. So I'm just going to turn and just stay in your seated position wherever you are. And what I want you to do is sit nice and tall, try and relax your shoulders down and then gently drop your chin to your chest. And you're just going to feel that stretch. The more you draw your chin in, the more lengthening out of the back of the neck you're going to feel here. So take a couple of breaths, just ease into this stretch. Lovely. As you exhale, you're starting to just melt away some of the tension you might be feeling in the neck today. And then we've got the option here to add in a little bit of pressure. So interlacing the fingers, we're going to place the palms on the back of the head. And remember, just don't yank your head or your neck here. Just placing gently and just kind of letting the arms fully rest at the back of the head here, just so You just feel that pressure. You're not pulling, it's just the natural weight of your arms and your hands here. If you can, try and draw your elbows a little bit closer towards each other, and you're going to notice that stretch starts to travel a little bit further down into maybe your shoulder blades. You might feel it go as deep as that, but you're definitely going to feel it across the back of the shoulders a little bit more. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Lovely. Make some sighs out if you want to. Sometimes sighing just really, allows you to feel a little better. We do that, don't we? We sigh at things and people. So why not do it here as well? Makes you feel a little bit better. So we're going to add in a little bit of movement here within the neck. And I want you to be really careful. If you're somebody that kind of suffers with the neck a little bit, then you might not do this bit, but see how you go. I want you to move really slowly. So all we're going to do is really slowly just turn the head over to the right, just a really small amount. It's a slow movement, and it's a micro movement, tiny little move, and you're going to just feel yourself going deeper into the stretch, feeling it down that right side of your neck into the shoulder. Lovely. Take a breath here. And then as you exhale, slowly just come back to center. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly, we're taking it to the other side. So to the left just a little bit. You're going to feel it deepening. If this doesn't feel good, you just come straight back to it. Nice big breath. Exhale, slowly come back to center. Release your hands straight away. Let them just come down. Chin is still to chest. And then take an inhale and slowly lift the head up, really slowly. Just unraveling and then just lifting the nose up towards the sky. I'm just going to hold it here. So 2 to 3 breaths here, breathing in. Lovely. And just lifting the nose is just that little counter for what you've just done, a nice little counter release. Perfect. Nice and slowly, just bring yourself back to center. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to take ourselves into a little spinal release now, nice and gentle. So if your legs are not out in front already, bring them out in front, but you're going to have a little bend in the knees. Now, if you can, bring your feet flat to the floor as best as you can, so they're nice and comfortable. You could stay sitting on your cushion as well. If you'd prefer to take the cushion away, of course you can. So you want to have your knees and feet, so they're about hip distance apart. Your hands can just slide down the fronts of the shins, and you're slowly just going to lower the torso over the top of the thighs, or as close as you can get them. Reach the arms down. They're going to grab hold of your feet or your ankles or wherever you can reach. And then just nice and slowly, just rounding chin to chest again. And you're going to feel this lovely stretch, nice soft stretch all the way through the spine. And we're just going to breathe here. As you're holding onto your legs or your feet, try and let your shoulders relax. Nice big breath. Exhale. Imagine that you're breathing right from the base of your spine, so that coccyx, all the way up each of the vertebrae, right into your neck, right to the base of your skull. As you exhale, that tension softly melting away. And this is a nice little pose to do, especially if you have been sitting all day. Or maybe you've been walking, maybe you've been on your feet. Sometimes you need to kind of stretch out the spine, get a little bit of blood flow back to it. Okay, let's take one more breath here. Exhale. Lovely. Inhale, slowly roll up your head. Take your time, slowly, and then just bringing yourself into an upright position. Okay, keeping the legs exactly where they are, we're going to take it into a little seated cat-cow. Now you can either place your hands around the fronts of your knees or around the backs of your knees. Personally, I like to do it around the backs of my knees. I feel like I've got a nice good grip then. Okay, we're going to take an inhale. I'm going to lift and arch the chest up to the sky, lifting the nose, lifting the gaze, shoulders just rolling back. Lovely. On an exhale, we round the spine, chin to chest. So you're taking that little lean back and keeping the soles of your feet nice and flat to the floor. Inhale, lift yourself up and go nice and slow here. Let's not rush this. Exhale, we are letting it go. Round the spine into cat. Perfect. Inhale, bring it back up into cow. Exhale, round it out, chin to chest. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, round and release. Perfect. Nice and slowly bring yourself back to center. Okay, now we're going to take ourselves into a straddle. So extend your legs out along the mat and then take them nice and wide as feels comfortable for you. Now, you could have a little bend in your knees here. You could even grab some support. So you could pop a block under each knee if you wanted to, or even a soft cushion. So it might be nice to put something soft under the knees if you want to. Now, we're going to place the hands in front of the body and we're going to try and keep the legs as relaxed as possible. Feet are relaxed. We're not doing yogi toes or anything here. We're not trying to create loads of engagement through the legs. We just want them nice and relaxed. So like I say, hands in front of the body. We're going to take an inhale. We're going to find a little bit of length through the spine. Exhale, we're going to walk the hands out nice and gently, lowering the torso. You're going to feel that inner thigh stretch. And see if you can reach your arms out as far as possible. Fully reaching out. Maybe palms are pressing into the floor or maybe fingertips press. Lovely. Just kind of hold it here. Let your shoulders relax. Notice how you feel. Take a few breaths. So just releasing a little bit of tension through the legs here, maybe in your low back. Wonderful. And then option to take this a little bit deeper if you feel you can. So maybe you lower your forearms or your elbows down towards the floor. See how low you can go. Maybe you just lower them a little bit. Maybe they don't come all the way down. It's definitely going to deepen the stretch in the inner thigh and the low back. So remember, it doesn't want to be painful here. We're trying to keep this soft and gentle. We're just trying to release tension from the body. Nice big inhale. Let it all go. Wonderful, big breath. Sigh it out. Lovely. Use your hands now. Inhale, slowly walk yourself back into an upright position. Perfect. Keep the legs as they are. We're going to turn the torso so we're facing down this right leg. Hands either side of the leg. Take an inhale, find a little bit of length. And then exhale, start to lower the chest over the top of the right leg. Same as before, walk the hands out as far as you can go. Then you've got this kind of control. Palms either pressing into the floor or fingertips. And just holding it here. See if you can lower your torso down a little bit further. You're going to feel that lovely hamstring stretch. And again, just breathing into where you feel that deepest stretch. That's always what I like to do. Where is the deepest stretch? I'm breathing into it. Lovely. One more breath here. Let it go. And then can you take this a little deeper? So maybe lower the forearms, elbows towards the floor. Maybe they don't fully come down. See how you feel. If the stretch doesn't feel good suddenly, just bring it back to where you was. Couple more breaths here. Perfect. When you're ready, take an inhale, slowly, slowly. Bring yourself into an upright position. We're going to come through center. We're going to turn the torso over to the left leg. Hands are framing the leg. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, lowering the torso down again. Walking the arms out, fully stretch them out. Lovely. See how far you can take it. Feel that hamstring stretch. Hold in position. Lovely, breathing into it. So we're just kind of ease into the stretch first. Lovely, take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, maybe you go a little deeper. See how it feels. Any amount is good. Hold it, breathe, let it go. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful. Take an inhale and slowly, slowly bring yourself back up and back to center. Let's bring the legs in together, and you might just want to remove your cushion if you was sitting on one, and then we're going to roll down onto our back. So just take your time. Wonderful. And once you arrive on your back, let's take a little draw of knees to chest. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Nice little squeeze. And take a little rock from side to side, just ironing out your low back here, which may feel really nice after your straddle. Perfect. And then we're going to take ourselves into a spinal twist. So just allow your feet to come back down to the floor. You're going to need your cushion, your softness here. So bring your knees and your feet together. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, you're going to lift the hips, you're going to send them over to the left, and then the knees are nice and gently going to rotate over to the right. Now for softness and comfort here, grab your pillow and pop it in between your knees, just so you've got that softness. Now, if it's comfortable, take your arms into a T shape. However, if you feel like you need a bit of support for your knees, right hand you're just going to place on top. So entirely up to you. Now we're keeping this soft, so we're just going to keep the upper body exactly where it is. Head is just looking up towards the ceiling, and then we're just going to close the eyes here. So just taking a few moments. So wringing out that midsection of the body, letting go of tension from the hips, maybe from your back. Breathe deeply. Try and keep the belly nice and soft, and also allowing the muscles in your face to soften up too. Perfect. When you're ready, let's take a nice big inhale and a long sigh out. Wonderful. You might just want to just remove your prop. Nice big inhale. We're going to bring the knees gently back to center. Straighten up the spine and the hips. Knees and feet are together. We're lifting the hips. They're going over to the right. Knees are rotating over to the left. And then same again, pop in your cushion or whatever it is that you're using for softness in between the knees. Arm or arms go back out into the T shape again. And take a moment to just ease yourself into this pose. Let the body settle. Let it become heavy, like it's sinking down into the mat. Focus in on that midsection of your body. Feel the twist. And let that be the only piece of effort here. Every other muscle and joint is nice and relaxed. Wonderful. Let's take a nice big breath in. Exhale, let it all go. And then just removing your prop. Move that to one side. Nice big inhale. Bring your knees back to center. And just take a moment just to straighten up on the mat. Wonderful. Okay, now you might want to grab your pillow again, and we're going to pop this underneath the low back or back of the sacrum. So when you're ready, lift the hips, slide your prop just underneath your back just to give you some nice softness here. This is going to be cushioning you. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to do legs in the air. This is a nice alternative to do to legs against the wall. If you find that you prefer legs against the wall, you can always add that in instead of this one. Entirely up to you. But I actually prefer legs in the air. So whenever you're ready, draw your knees in toward your chest and then nice and slowly lift the lower half of your legs up to the sky. Legs want to be together so they're nice and supported, and you just take them up naturally. You're not trying to straighten the legs or anything here. They're coming up nice and natural, little bend in the knee. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the elbows are down on the floor, palms are up. We're going to rest the palms against the thighs, but then just allow the legs to kind of lean back into the palms of your hands. So they're just fully supporting your legs. Relax your feet, close your eyes, and just allow your whole body to relax here. This is a nice, soft, gentle inversion. You might notice the tingling around the toes. And that's just your blood flowing back down towards your heart. Keep breathing here. If you still feel that you're holding a little tension within the body, use your breath here to try and let it go. Focus on that area, breathe in deeply, and then as you exhale, hopefully you feel a little release, even if it's just a small amount each time. And what's beautiful about this pose as well is it's a really great one to reset your nervous system. It's a great standalone pose. It's those standalone poses that I think are always the best. It's about finding which ones work for you, and then you can just use them as and when you need them. Don't even need to put them into a routine if you don't want to. Let's take one last big breath in and a long breath out. Perfect. Have a little wiggle of your toes, and then maybe a little rock, point and flex of the feet, just so we can just get a little bit of life back into them again. And then nice and slowly, you're just going to bend into the knees, feet back down to the floor, and then we're going to fully extend into a full Shavasana or corpse pose. Now, if you wanted to, if you needed an alternative to Shavasana, a little constructive rest is always nice. So knees bent, feet flat to the floor, walking the feet that little bit wider than your hips, and then allowing your knees to rest against each other. It's up to you whether you keep your cushion in place here. Maybe you pop it underneath your head, or you could go for a cushion underneath both if you prefer. And then we're going to take ourselves through a little bit of a body scan. So get yourself nice and comfortable. Allow yourself to breathe deeply here, breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth. Noticing that with each exhale, your body just starts to get that little bit heavier. Muscles and joints are just starting to relax, starting to soften. When you're ready, just bringing your awareness down to your toes. Give them a little wiggle and then allow them to soften. Allow your feet to soften. And then we're relaxing the ankles, moving up into your calf muscles, going into the knees and relaxing your thighs. Relax your hips and your belly and allow softness to move through the rib cage and all across the muscles of your chest. Take a moment to just notice the back of your body pressing into your mat. And then gently moving the awareness to the tops of your shoulders. Allow them to soften down into the muscles of your arms, and allowing that softness to flow into your hands and your fingers. Relax the muscles of your neck and feel your head get that little bit heavier. And then bringing the awareness to your face, relaxing the little muscles of your forehead, followed by your brow, all the little muscles around your eyes and your cheeks. And clenching the jaw if you need to. And then gently bringing the awareness back to the rhythm of your breath. Notice the breath as it moves in and out of your body, through your nose or your mouth. And allow each of your inhales to relax you a little deeper. And allow each exhale to be that release of any lingering tension, any lingering stress, or release anything that you just feel you want to let go of right here, right now. Whenever you're ready, just start to take a little wiggle of your fingers, a little wiggle of your toes. Just bringing a small amount of movement back to your body. Whenever you feel ready, taking a little roll onto your side body. And then bringing yourself up into a comfortable seated position whenever you're ready. Take a moment just to notice how you feel. If you are feeling super sleepy now, then maybe you can take yourself straight off to bed. Otherwise, let's take one last cleansing breath together. Nice big inhale through the nose And a nice big noisy sigh out. Ah. Thank you all so much for joining me in this sleepy yoga session. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give me a little like, leave me a comment, and be sure to subscribe for more content like this. And with that said, take good care and good night.